Well, we got another on and off rain, muddy day, so I was going to do a little bush hogging. Took the old tractor out, and I don't feel like getting the tires all muddy because this one I keep under the lean-to. The other one goes inside the shop and makes a mess when it dries out. So this one is outside, so it won't matter. What I'm going to do is, because everybody always asks me, well, not everybody, but a few people ask me if I ever got the bucket fixed, and I said that the welder that was supposed to come never called me back. So what I did is I found a thin scrap piece. I'm going to flip the bucket upside down, and I'm going to make a pattern, and as you can see the curve, and I'm going to have the local Hardy Manufacturing bend me some steel, and I'm gonna weld it on there. So I gotta fire it up and turn it around, curl it out, and see what I'm not even sure this would be long enough, but we'll see. I can always add to it as long as I get that curve. That's really what I need. So let me move it out. Well, there we go. Pretty good. I mean, this right here is going to have to be adjusted a little bit because this one is where they fixed it before I bought it. This has got a big dent in it and a hollow spot, so I'll have to fill in the hollow spot. And this one actually starts radiusing a little bit later, but I can heat it up, and once I get it tacked up here, then I can bang it around and heat it and get it to go. So I'm going to run down there now and see if I can get it. My tooth is supposed to be coming today. I'll probably end up welding that as well, so I don't break the bolt off again. The other ones seem to be, the other keepers seem to be holding okay. And I ordered spacers. They're supposed to be shipped out today, so I got pin spacers for here, and I got them for on the dog bone as well. So hopefully those will all be coming soon, and this thing won't rattle and make so much noise and drive me crazy. Probably drive you crazy too. But I guess if you want something done, you got to do it yourself around here, because nobody called back. But I'd rather do it anyway. I just figured I like the guy who was going to do it, but I can't wait, and I'm not begging anybody to come. So I'm going to run down there now, and we'll get another clip of this when I start putting it back together. Well, you saw the template that I made and went to a couple different places, and none of them would bend it. They said they had no machines to bend it, so I don't get it, but that's all right. So I got them 3/8 by 5 inch. So I had them cut the length, and I'm going to weld those on myself, and I'm going to use the bucket. I'm going to bend them with the bucket. So you'll see when I do it, but I'm going to start tacking on the top, roll the bucket around, tack it again, roll it, tack it, roll it, tack it. So the other good thing that came is the tooth. So there's the tooth. Not quite sure how that could hide, but I mean, if you want to see how big the tooth is, because I know the bucket doesn't look, no bucket looks as big as it actually is. Try to get my shadow out of there, but there's my hand. My hand is on it, so it's big. So I'm gonna go get the bring the 250 over here. Might as well keep that in the box. I'm gonna go bring the 250 around, and then I got bucket shims as well, so I could that's supposed to be arriving in the next day or two. So I'm gonna go track it around, because it's gonna take like 20-25 minutes to get it over here, and I'm going to put the new tooth on, get it ready for that. I'm gonna pressure wash it, because get all that hydraulic oil off it, and so I'm gonna get it all ready to go. If I can even paint it while it's over here, at least the gray part, I'm going to do that. For whatever reason, the yellow is back ordered, so but I've got the gray, so maybe if I have time to do that. So I gotta walk all the way around. I'm gonna go get it and bring it back over here. Well, as you can see, today is, I forgot to say, it's Friday the June 4th, and you can see we didn't get a lot of rain, but this gumbo clay, it's got gumbo mixed in with it, but it's still like gumbo clay. Most of all that is as well. You can see it's just a big sloppy mess. So even though it stopped raining, sun was out, sun goes in, but it hasn't rained since last night. But you can see what a mess it is. So I'm not gonna work in this and I'm sure I could do part of it, but I don't want to. There's no need, and I want to fix the bucket anyway. It'd be better for me to do that before I continue using it. So I'm just going to make a little bit of a mess. First thing is I brought my track shovel. I'm going to get off as much as I can, because I won't get too much between here and there. So, and power wash everything and get working on it. So here goes 25 minutes to get all the way over to there. So here we go. All right, I got it back by the shop, got it down, ready to hose it off, pressure wash it, but I lied. I said I wouldn't get too much mud in that little section getting from here to there after I had cleaned it all off. Yeah, a lot more mud. I gotta do it again. Oh well, I want to do that before I pressure wash it. And when I got here, there was about a gazillion ants, those ones with the wings, all in this section over here. So I just used about a gallon of spray, and I think I got most of them. So I'm going to check again, and I see a couple more moving. I'm going to give them a squirt before I start giving that a squirt. What a mess. All right, 3 tanks of gas later, and I don't think it's ever been this clean when they delivered it to me. It's it's pretty clean. And I especially cleaned out around here. You can't see the underneath part, but, well, I set it down on some 6x6s because I don't want it to get dirty. But this is where the wear strips are going, over that. So I cleaned out everything in between and all around, and you know, it's going to start back about there. You'll see it when I do it. But it's going to end, it doesn't really matter where it ends. It's probably going to end somewhere here. I had them cut it for me so that I wouldn't have to cut it, though the more I looked at it, I probably could have let it just run past, which would have been fine. But that part doesn't really matter. It's underneath. Like when I got the bucket right there, there was a hole in it, and they fixed it. So I just don't want it to wear back through. I mean, they fixed it, you know, like with a Band-Aid. They didn't fix it very well. But I also got all the shims for here, 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 for all those. This is what they had given me. These are like, I don't know, they cut them out of coffee cans or something. David and I, there's a video of us putting those in. And they've worked fine, but I bought some real ones. And they're coming. And I'm still going to use the 5/8 grade 8 bolt right there, but I'm going to weld it. I'm going to weld that tooth on so I don't have to have it falling off, because I'm never going to wear them out. I mean, like I said, I haven't even put 300 hours on it yet, everything I've done. So if I do another 400 or 500 hours here, even, I'm not going to wear them out. I'm just digging sand. It does make them sharp. I'll show you the difference. Well, I don't know. You can look. Those are very sharp. And let's go find, I gotta grind it off. I was gonna put it on, but I need to grind all this area so I can weld it. But you can see how, well, let's put my pinky there. See, that's almost half the thickness of my pinky. So it does wear out, but it's not like Chris digging every day, 8 hours a day in hard stuff. I'm digging in sand, which is abrasive, but basically it just sharpens it up. And you know, you hit a few hard stuff and it'll put a dent in it when it gets skinny. I mean, you can look at this bucket here, because they never put the cutting edges on there, and it's worn. You know, you can see how much it's worn down over there over time. I assume it was that thick down there, but that's really the part that's doing the most work, is down low. And I meant to order some cutting edges, but like I said, it's just sand, and I'm never going to wear it out, so I'm not going to worry about it. We'll let the next person worry about it, whenever that might be. But I should have something there so somebody could see how big the bucket is. I think I've done it before where I've stood next to it, because I'm looking at the camera right now and it doesn't look very big. But I've done one where I sit in it and you can see what I look like. So it is, I guess that makes it look smaller. So, but it moves a lot of dirt and it works. So I wish it had a quick coupler and a grading bucket on it with a tilt function. Would be nice. I make my sloping a lot easier, but we shall get it done. So, well, we got some thunder coming, so let me just give a quick run around on this. Boom is nice, sides are nice, got all the hydraulic oil off everything. I just got to clean the inside, because you'll see, or you may see, I don't know which order it's going to go, but I did something where I got a video where I got a splatter that came inside that pretty much looked like I took the whole bucket and dumped it in. So I have to clean the inside again, but there you go. So, all right, well, bucket repairs next. Well, my new addition just arrived. I got some magnets of when in 2019, I think this was June or the beginning of July. David came over to talk to me when he got home from work. So I wanted to have that. So he'll be in here while I'm working. Everyone, today is going to be fixing the bucket, putting a new tooth on and new wear strips, which I picked up and need to grind down. So that's what I'm going to do today. Today is Saturday, June 5th, and I want to get the prep work done so when I get to welding I can pretty much just do that. I'll still have to grind the bucket because I can't do that ahead of time because it'll rust in between, but at least I can get everything on these ground and ready to go. So and here's a look at the tooth again. I just need to grind off this part so I can put some welds in. I've got this bolt which I'm going to put in anyway, and this, I had this in previously, and believe it or not, it ended up breaking that. But it took 2 years to do it. But that's a grade 8 5/8 bolt, and it's perfect. Fits. They even make a slot for it because the keeper pins that normally you use on there, on that one, it did not work. So I'm going to do that, grind all the edges down here, and I had them cut them for me, and it looks like they snapped them. They used the snap cutter, and they're not very straight. Well, maybe they used a plasma cutter because we got a little bit of, I don't know, because it does look like it got pushed up from, they cut it from the other way. Yeah, they must have snap cut it that way, but it's not even close to square. All of them are crooked, so I got to fix those, but they're cut to length, to what I figured out is the length we need. So I'll just show you over here on the tooth. So you got that big hole there. Normally a keeper pin goes in looking like that. It's like a rubber with some metal. There's one. That one's worn out, but see, that's normally what it would look like. And that one just never stayed on. So and then I'll have to flip the bucket up when I do it for the actual welding, but it's going to go from here. This is 6 inches. I got 5-inch new strips so I can get a good bead. Couple of beads probably I'll run on each side, but this is the worst one here, and you'll see it when I flip it back up to work on it. But yeah, this will be much better with that on there, and I couldn't get them to bend it, so we'll see when I do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it in on here, so it'll be running past, and then I'm going to take it, I'm going to move the truck out, and I'm going to roll it on the concrete. I'm going to roll the bucket, and in theory, without heating it, I hope I don't have to heat it, but without heating it, I should be able to roll that around. It's only 3/8. That's about the most that my welder will weld, is 3/8. So that'll be sufficient. So I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get grinding. I'll set the other camera up, and maybe I'll put a chest cam on so you can get a little bit of view of what it looks like when you're doing it. All right, little chest cam action. And in case anybody wanted to know, this is from Harbor Freight. It's the Franklin portable workstation, clamping workstation. So if you want to know how to use it, it's got this, very simple, got a lever right here. So this slides out when it's loose. So you push it in as far as you can. You push the lever down, that's to lock, and you just push on that. And then to unlock it, you just flip that lever back up and push it down, and now you can slide this whole thing slides all the way back to there. So works very good. All right, so you can see this is the part that's going to touch the bucket right here, and so I need to do this edge and I'm going to chamfer this edge so you get a good bead going down underneath it into the bucket. And I did this end as well, just so when it gets around, it'll get good ground at that end as well. So, and what I'm going to do first is I do the top, and then I'll go back and do the chamfer. Well, there you have it. A little chamfer, the whole edge, the end, and like I said, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to just hit this top edge right there just quickly, and that one is done. Now, while I have it in there, let's take it out, and I'll do the tooth just so you can see that, and I won't have to restart. So this is how this works. See, this will slide all the way out to there as far as it goes. So just going to put that in there, flip the lever, and one push, and that thing is in there. Well, that's about it for that. Top edge, and I'm not going to go crazy because it's still going to be bolted, but I'm going to tack it in quite a few spots just so it doesn't move. And just in case they break loose, which they won't, but if they did, the bolt will still be there, but all the weight won't be pushing on those bolts because that knuckle is pretty sloppy. So we'll put this one away and get back to the other three. So right when I'm going to start filming, it starts to rain. Hasn't rained till now. So like I said, I'm still bolting this in. 5/8 grade 8 bolts. course, I got one that's way too big because I didn't measure it before I went. I guess I didn't guess right. But I think it'll still work. Note to self, please check and make sure that you have wire before you start welding. So I started patching just a little bit of that crack and wondered why I thought I welded the tip in or something, and nope, we just have no more. So I gotta go get some. I don't think I have any more. I gotta look, but I don't think so. Okay, after some running around, I got a roll, and boy, that is a roll. That is a double roll. That's a 33 pounder. So I don't think I'll ever have to change that again. So I'm going to get back to it, even though I just wasted half the day now. It's 1:45 by the time I got back, so let's see what I can get done. I'm definitely not going to finish it today, but tomorrow's another day. Well, there's my end of the day. Didn't get too much done of what I wanted to do, but covering up what I've grinded to hold it down. Turns out that was a 33 pound roll of wire, and it does not fit. It would not feed. It wouldn't fit in, so I've got to return that, and they're getting me one for the morning. So, and my bucket spacers were FedEx. They were supposed to be here Saturday, and they were going to be here Monday today, and now they're not coming till tomorrow. So, and then I've got those are the bucket spacers, the smaller ones, and then this bigger one. These two bigger ones are coming. They're supposed to come today as well, so we'll see if they come. Came from different places, but that's all right. It'll get done. Thanks for watching.